Hello everyone, this is Ruru back again with another video review, and today we'll be looking at Marvel Universe variant Playarts action figure Spider-Man. I'm aware this figure has been reviewed many times, but I just wanted to give my take on it as, I love Spider-Man and all that stuff, and I love Playarts Kai, and some other bits that I would like to mention during the review. Anyway, on the box we got a nice background of the city, and we get Spider-Man in a dynamic pose with his webs shooting out. Very cool. On the sides we get, just your usual, oh, it's kind of dusty, the box. Uh, get Marvel Universe, the logo again, and more city stuff on the top. Nothing much, just another logo there. And on the side again, the logo is right there in black. And on the back you get your usual product shots and whatnot. Looking very cool. And some Japanese text and Square Enix right there, which are the distributors, or yeah. And in actually has a little window you can open. The figure should be inside, but I already took it out because I've been playing with it. And on the inside here is just a little read up of Spider-Man. In case you don't know, you can pause this and take a look at that for yourself. It's nice little magnetic clips to keep it closed, and on the bottom, just for curiosity, nothing much, just some more logos and stuff. Alright, let's get this figure out of the box and take a closer look. Here we have Spider-Man out of the packaging, and he just looks so amazing. No pun intended. In this pose, I got him in. I try to get him as close as possible to the pose on the box art, but the joints are kind of iffy. And that brings me to the point where there are 3 versions of the figure you can get for Playarts or any sort of Playarts figures. There's the select version, which will guarantee you'll have the great sculpt, the great articulation, which means the joints will be nice and tight, and the painting will be spot on. There's the normal version where there might be some defects for the joints and the paint as well. And then we get the China version, which is the one I got, which I think I got, I'm not sure. Which means each batch will be varied, so some articulation problems might occur, some paint problems definitely might occur, and that's unfortunate, but I did not pay that much for it to begin with. I know the select version, which is the most expensive one, would probably run you about $200, where I paid only $40 for this, so just something to be to look out for. Rant aside, it just looks so cool anyways. Just do a 360 turn here. I love the style they made this in. It almost looks like he's got armor. And I have him on the official stand that he comes with, which is not so great. But it works for what I wanted to do. Before looking in detail, let's look at his accessories that he comes with. So in the box you get 4 pairs of exchangeable hands, not including the ones that are already on him, which are just fisted hands. Nothing much to say about that. He comes with 2 gripping hands for the webs, to grip the web. Fairly detailed. Like I said, the China version might have some paint issues. I see some issues here as the silver is not painted all the way through. If that can come up on the camera there. Maybe. But it's fair enough. I mean, it has the little details. The sculpted work on there is pretty good, and it's got the little holes for the webs to come out. So that's fair enough. He comes with a pair of open palm hands, which look really good, actually. You see here the silver is actually painted a little better. And yeah. Love the little textures that are in there. He comes with 2 web whipping hands. Again, the paint looks a little better here than it does on the first set that I showed you. And yeah, really cool. He comes with another pair of flipping hands, which I don't know what's for. They don't look any more different than the ones that I have here. And this is another problem that I'm running into, that I think these were supposed to have holes in them for the next accessory I'm showing you here, which is just some web shots that he sometimes does, which are really nicely detailed and in clear plastic and bluish, has a bluish tint to them. Unfortunately, I think there's supposed to be a hole here for it to peg in, and unfortunately there are no holes sculpted in them, so that pretty much cancels these out, as well as canceling the next accessory, a web net that also is supposed to peg in there, but unfortunately there is no peg hole present in the hand, so really you can't do much with this. I mean, you can put it into one of the web gripping hands, which wouldn't make any sense. Maybe it's a bouquet of flowers for MJ. But yeah, that's kind of disappointing that he can't even do that. I checked the arms. There's no holes in the arms either, so I don't know what's going on there. So, and I've got he also comes with just two normal webs, which look okay. And he came with one really long web, one string of web that I cannot find. So, yeah, really there was no difference. It just looked like this normal web, but longer. And the last accessory comes with is this web. I don't know, I think you're supposed to mount it onto the wall, but there's nothing here to actually put into it. So, yeah, I don't know what it's for. It could be a stand. Maybe can put them on here. And he might look cool on it. But yeah, that's all accessories he comes with. Now we'll look at the figure in detail now, if I can get him to stand. His joints are kind of loose, like I mentioned before. So let me just move the camera up. Now, like I said, there's some paint issues on here, like, well, let me see. Well, not a lot of issues, but it's actually, okay, I did not mean for that to happen. Like I said, there could be issues with the figure, but it just pegs right in, so that's okay. And one of the problems with it is this one right here. It's supposed to look like this one, but it's like kind of flinging off here, as opposed to just being like this. So I don't know if it's broken or I don't know, but it still looks good from far, so it really doesn't matter to me. And just on the back, nothing really is wrong with the figure back here. I'm trying to move my camera up actually, because it's kind of low here. So yeah, so let's look at the articulation of the figure. His legs can go forwards, backwards. Actually, quite decent amount right there. Can go back. Another problem of starting to run into these a lot. This leg's really wobbly, and this one is not. So, but it still maintains his posing abilities. I mean, he can still put his leg up a decent amount, but it kind of falls. So that's unfortunate. His knees are on a double joint. It's kind of stiff right here, but yeah. And he does have a rotation at the thighs as well. He's got a waist swivel, I believe, but it does not work on mine, unfortunately. Yeah, his arms can go in and out. They've got the butterfly joint so that they can go in and out at the armpit. He's got double joint. No, well, he can bend his arm 90 degrees. He's got a swivel on his arm. His hand, and it can rotate, or it's supposed to be able to. Nice ratchety joints. I love the joints. It's kind of really stiff at his knee, though. And of course, he's got ankle pivot. It can go down and up, but unfortunately, the ankle pivot for mine does not work. Not all that well, anyways. And he's got toe articulation. Yeah. And of course, his head can go up and down, but just at his neck, not at his actual head. But it can rotate, so I can yeah, it's not looking too good for this figure. But what do you expect when you get the China version? Because I did not want to pay the expensive one for the select version, or yeah. Unfortunately, I did not know at the time when I bought it. But I mean, it's not that bad of a figure when you look at it as a whole. I love the design he picked for the figure. It looks awesome. It looks like futuristic armor and everything. It's just those little details that just kind of ruin it for me. But I'm still glad I got it. Like, I can't even see if there's any pegs there. No, there's no pegs there. There are no holes either. Nope. But yeah. Overall, I like this figure, even though it's got all these problems. Maybe I'll pick up the official version someday, but for now, this will do for me. I like it. It looks good on my shelf, and it looks good with my other Playarts Sky figures. So if you like Spider-Man, I'd totally pick it up. Just be aware of those 3 different versions that they have, especially if you're buying it on eBay like I did. Anyways, thanks for watching my review. There will be more up soon, and yeah, stay tuned.